Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, brothers and sisters. Now, it has been some time since I've made an update video, but alhamdulillah, here we are. Now, what I would want to talk about in this video is my projects, how they're going, right? What are the state of things? And the first thing that I would like to mention is my transcreation of the Risale-i Nur. Now, a transcreation is basically the translation of text, right? So from one language to another, but you're also adding new stuff to it, right? Which is why it's called a transcreation, because you're creating new stuff. Now, the text that I wanted to make a transcreation of was the Risale-i Nur, specifically the words. Okay, this is one of the books amongst the collection, the Risale-i Nur collection. Now, for those who don't know, the Risale-i Nur is a body of tafsir, which is basically commentary on the Quran. So, you know how there's like biblical commentary, so commentary on the Bible? Well, you know, there's also commentary on the Quran, which is called tafsir. Now, the purpose, now there's already an English translation of the Risale-i Nur, but I wanted to make a written by Shukran Wahida, but I wanted to make a new translation. And the purposes of this was to provide clarity, and I also wanted to add some new things, especially to the analogies and stories that are frequently given in the Risale-i Nur, in order to provide an enhanced, detailed understanding, okay? Now, what happened to this project? I actually started this project like a handful of months ago. Well, unfortunately to say, I actually stopped working on it. Now, the reason for that is because I'm very busy, okay? You know, first of all, I'm doing high school. I have I already had a test channel at the time. I also newly opened this Risale-i Nur channel. So I was very busy, and I just didn't have time to spare for you know, working on the transcreation. So unfortunately, I stopped working on it. But you know, inshallah, in the future, I can continue working on it again. Now, another project that I started on like a few months ago was a playlist, a new playlist on the channel, where I cover the life of Bediüzzaman Sayyid Nursi, who wrote the Risale-i Nur. He's the incredible scholar who wrote the Risale-i Nur, and I wanted to cover his life so that, you know, people can watch the videos and know who this scholar was. Now, I also stopped working on this project, and I have a few reasons for that. So number one, once again, I was very busy, okay? I just didn't have enough time to also make a playlist for this. Number two, my channel is still relatively new, so I didn't want to make this playlist now when my channel is still new. And the third reason is because Sayyid Nursi didn't want attention to be directed to himself, okay? He wanted attention to be directed to the Risale-i Nur, right? Not himself. And so because of these reasons, I refrained from making this playlist, but you know, inshallah, once again, in the future, I can make it. Now, another project that I wanted to work on is my Bastion of Islam. So this was an idea that I had, which was to build multiple study halls, or Risale-i Nur darsanes, you know, across the United States. And, you know, the point of these was to build this bastion of Islam, right? So it's to educate people, especially the youths, in, you know, various fields of science, right? Like history, logic, astronomy, right? Different fields of sciences and things like history and whatnot. And the point of this was obviously, you know, to gain knowledge and to strengthen people's faith, okay? Now, I have made some, now, if you're wondering if I didn't stop this project because, frankly, I haven't even started on it because I don't really have the means to start embarking on a very ambitious project like this. But I have made some revisions to it. So first of all, I actually want these Risale-i Nur study halls to be places where only the Risale-i Nur is read and studied, okay? Rather than other things also being taught, because I think the Risale-i Nur is very important it's very essential, very needed in this time, because it does provide very strong proof for the core beliefs of Islam, okay? So that's one revision I made. Another revision that I made is that, well, two revisions really. So first of all, in order to, you know, build these study halls, my plan was that once I reached 1,000 subscribers, I would actually open a fundraiser. Now, I've put some thought into it, and I don't really like the idea of opening a fundraiser The reason for that is I don't really like the idea of like, using people's money to make these study halls. I just didn't like it. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way to build the study halls. But I'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The other thing is that these study halls, I want to build them in the U.S. Now, it's not official yet because once again, this is a hypothetical project. I haven't even started on this yet. I don't know where I actually want to build these study halls. I wanted to make them in the U.S., but who knows? I might also build it in Turkey, maybe somewhere else. So once again, that's also not official. The last thing that I would like to talk about is my compilation. So I'm writing a novel right now on Substack, and my plan was that after I finished this novel, I would basically compile all of the stories and analogies from the Risale-i Nur and write them down in a descriptive, in a vivid, descriptive format or style. Okay. Now, while I did want to do this, the thing is, I'm currently writing a novel on Substack. I have like other like ideas of what to write. And I actually want to write another like fictional novel, right? So I don't want to make this compilation yet, but I do want to, inshallah, work on it at some point in time. But not like after I finish this current novel, which I'm working for. But it's definitely an idea that I want to pursue. Okay. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were happy with the updates that I've provided you with. And inshallah, I will see you guys next time.